side of the screen was I on before? Was I on this side or the other side? Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's finally see if we can't get some help from Haramont.
I heard the news. Jarvia and Hakata are dead. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect them to surrender.
Yep, we've done all your dirty work for you. Will you speak with the assembly now?
I have no desire to go back on my word. But when Balin heard the news about Jarvia, he raised the stakes.
Hey,
He's
Chi.
forcing a vote in the next 2 days. By law, that prevents the Assembly from hearing any other pleas. To help with your troops, I will require your assistance one last time. Do you know anything of the Paragon Branca?
I've heard the name. The Assembly, they raised her to Paragon for inventing a new fuel. Smokeless coal.
Yes, a smokeless fuel that made underground forges safer than they've ever been. 2 years ago, she took her entire house into the deep roads on a mad quest to uncover ancient secrets. No one's heard from her since. Were she to return and endorse someone for the throne, the Assembly would be honor-bound to accept her wishes.
How sure are you that she would actually support you as king?
It's hard to say what she would do. She wasn't exactly known for her predictability. She never seemed to like being a paragon. She was devoted to her craft, never cared for politics. But one of the most brilliant minds Orzammar has seen. Branca hated Darkspawn with a passion. She would certainly be a valuable voice to support your treaty.
What if we find out that she's already dead?
Her entire house went with her. It would take a lot to kill so many. If not, bringing proof of her death, or a body to return to the stone, would still show that as an ancestor, it was my hand she guided to her remains.
Right. Alright, if it will get you the throne, if it will get us assistance, you are already bound to provide. Do it.
My men traced Branca's disappearance to an ancient crossroads known as Caridin's Cross. It is many miles below where we normally venture, but I can provide a map to lead you there. Just enter the deep roads through the mines. Thank you again, and may the ancestors guide your steps.
Paragon of her kind. Lord Haramont wants you to venture into the deep roads and locate Branca, the Paragon Smith, who has been missing for 2 years. Also was married to Oghren. We met Oghren the other day, but we didn't really get to spend much time with him. Well, that's going to change today, whether we want to or not. Oghren is one of our last party members who's going to join up. I might take him by choice, but being forced to take him is a bit different. Nobody likes being forced to do things. Yep, you better get some sleep, criminal. Talk to you later. Night. You wonder how much unique dialogue Shale has during this portion of the game. Has anyone ever taken Shale out enough to know?
Have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry.
I might have eaten your lunch. I get hungry.
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I worked the ore myself.
A lot? KG, is it good? I've seen, while looking for game-related quotes, I've seen things, dialogue of Shales, Stens, and other characters I don't take out too much. Missing some things, there's no doubt. Gonna sell most of the stuff I'm carrying. We don't need. Gonna keep Andraste's arrows. Their spell casting interrupts. I've never used them, but they sound interesting. KG always brings Jael to Orzammar because you get additional dialogue, some of her backstory. I need to do a better job of clearing out. If we're going into the deep roads, I'm gonna need all this inventory space that I've got. A little bit of time to figure this out. Have we reached the point where I don't want lesser runes for anybody? Don't need novice runes, journeyman runes, just keep maybe expert, master, and grandmaster. Then we could get rid of some lesser runes. I think I'm going to do exactly that. Get rid of novice and journeyman, and we'll keep expert, master, and grandmaster. Unless it's something special I really want. Making hopefully enough potions to get rid of one of those 2 stacks of elf root. Oddly, I had 2 stacks of elf root that wouldn't stack, depending on... I don't know what determines whether these things stack in 1 or 2. Yeah, it got rid of 1. Great. We had 2 stacks of elf root, and now we've only got 1. Much better. Down to 40 items. What else can I get rid of? Don't use the salves and balms much. Elixirs... but I'm gonna keep the better ones and maybe find a good time to use them. Gifts for anyone in the party right now? Golden Demon Pendant. That might be for Morrigan. I should bring up the list of gifts again. Temerian, welcome. How are you doing? Sips the coffee. That's what I need. More coffee. Let me start some more coffee. I'm not going anywhere. Just pouring water. It's moments like those when I stand up on camera. That's why I actually wear pants. Thank you, Tamarian. It'd be cup number 3 for the day, and probably the last one for the day, too. Spacing them out. Barely got the stream going in time. Bring up the gift list. Thank you, Bull. I wanted to have the list handy anyways, but
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
we didn't actually get any approval because she was already maxed. I'm just trying to free up my inventory. Jason Sackmead should for Ogren. Search for the true prophet. Wears pants while streaming. Credentials revoked. Yo, Justice, what's up? Greetings, man, and welcome. Hey, everybody, give Justice Strikes a follow, please. Excellent streamer. Good time. Spread the love. Welcome, man. Leave, we could go to the stash, put some things in there. Do I want to keep any of these Shadow Belt? Attribute, 10% dodge. Guess we can replace Wynn's default belt, which I never did. Willpower, mental resistance. Magister's Shield. Much better. This Amulet of the War Mage, 5% damage resistance, elemental damage resistance. I don't know how useful that really is going to be. This gave Alistair plus 20 physical resistance. Was using something DLC item from the beginning of the game, +1 to all attributes, increased monetary gain. Hey, get 8 gold. Attributes is nice, but +1 to all attributes is, I don't know, physical defense for the tank, probably more useful. I don't think it is, Thevi. Don't think it is. No, Justice has also been doing a lot of the fob stuff lately in Phantom Pain.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Yo, Fluffy Bunny, what's up, man? Happy belated birthday to you. What's going on? Thank you for the host. Welcome, everyone. What are you doing wrapping up a stream in the smack middle of the day? Hey. If you're new here, I'm Jay. Fluffy Bunny just had a birthday. Everybody, wish Fluffy Bunny a happy, happy birthday. And give him a follow as well. Please give him a follow. Check him out when he's streaming.
Like to buy something, I hope. I want that surface wealth coming back to us, Balin's ascension willing. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Are you playing this morning? You were playing Tor this morning? Nice. Let's go. Okay.
The deep roads are home to the Darkspawn now. Oddly, they're supposed to be safer to travel during a blight.
How enlightening.
There you are. I thought I'd spoken to a Grey Warden, but for some reason I chalked it up to the drink. I know you're down here to look for Branka, and I need to ask a favor.
You're Ogren, right? Her ex-husband.
I'm still her husband. More than that, I'm the only one who cares about her as a person. Not some symbol to leave in the deep roads where she can't offend anyone. I know what Branka wanted, and how she was looking. You, I assume, know whatever Harrowmont's men have dug up on where exactly she disappeared. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Branka. Otherwise, good sodding luck.
I have enough armed lunatics following me already.
Perfect. What's one more? Branka was a brilliant
Whose place is he
girl,
gonna take?
but half the time she'd add 2 and 2 and make it 50. You want to find her, you need someone who knows how she thinks.
And what makes you think you can trust me?
I'm not some sodding elf maiden who sits around and waits for a passing hero to solve my problems. I'm a bloody warrior. I mean to get her back. And you wouldn't be down here if you weren't trying for the same thing.
Isn't he forbidden to
Branka was
carry
looking
weapons?
For the Anvil of the Void. Might have been the most important invention in Orzammar's history. The smith Caridin built it. And with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridin's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years.
Yeah, but I've got a map. Back to Branka. If you're married, why aren't you out there with her?
Why do you sodding think? She left me. Ran off and took our entire sodding house on her mad quest for the anvil.
I actually talked to him
It was a stupid move.
about it once.
If I'd been with her, she'd have made it back years ago. But I forgive her.
Well, I've got the map.
If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself.
There he is. Okay. 9 party members, counting Dog. And with Alyssa. Ogren is coming no matter what. Yeah, I don't think you can go into the deep roads without him. Right? Or can you? Just changes what happens. KG, someone else who's in the know, Bull, KG, I bet you both and a lot of other people know. Do you actually have to take Ogren? I thought he was forced. I'm looking at it now and... Who should we take to the deep roads? Party we've been working with is 2 casters and 1 tank. Alyssa, rogue primary damage dealer. I don't want to bring... I guess the question is, if we're bringing Oghren, whose place is he taking? I think Leliana's going to sit this one out. He's not really a tank. He could take Alistair's place. He shows up at a certain point if you don't bring him. Sounds familiar. Didn't take him. That may be. That sounds right. I couldn't remember. Forces himself into the group at some point if you don't bring him. But what'll it be? Who's got good dialogue? I think I want to keep my 2 casters for the deep roads. So we either swap out Alistair for Oghren or let him force his way into the party later. You'd sub him for Alistair. Well, that's kind of what I was wondering.
Oh, blast it.
He's going to have pretty mediocre gear. I don't have too many things in my inventory for him. See what he's got. Tier 6 battle axe. Well, he did come leveled up. He's got tier 6 Dwarven armor. Killed him once and he showed up as a bodiless ghost for conversations. That supposed to be a thing? Check the vendor here. The nice dagger on here I almost bought. It's about a... if it's 90 gold or 100 and something.
It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking.
Give him the helm of Hunleaf.
Get hungry.
The helm of Hunleaf looks cool with its
Best
wings.
in the trade, you know. I worked the Orm.
Looks good with
myself.
it's Wade's dragon armor set is what it goes well with. And that doesn't really go well with anything. That armor set doesn't go well with any helmets. Except that one, Helm of Hunleaf. That's the dagger I just about bought. It's still tempting. I'm gonna buy that. Then we should go get it enchanted. We're gonna take a quick trip back to camp before we go on the deep roads. Think it's worth it? Beautiful dagger. 30% critical backstab damage and a 5% chance. 3 runes. I was looking for something for Oghren. Change of plans. I want to go get that runed up. Fast travel. As soon as I get out of the other side of the Hall of Heroes. Enchantment?
That is a most offensive odor.
And you're looking at me?
Should I be looking elsewhere? Have you forgotten about the fish you stored in your backpack, perhaps?
I was saving it. Won't be ready for the live for at least another day.
Even the Chastened did not have such disgusting habits, and they consumed the flesh of the dead.
Fine, fine. I'll soak it in the line now. Have it your way, Miss Squeamish.
That's not what I... no, never mind. Just get it over with, quickly. Very...
Afraid we were gonna have to walk across a long, empty map. I've been using a sword and a dagger, but I'm wondering... 6 plus 5 damage, 2... You know what? I'm switching to 2 daggers. Oathkeeper has, we've out-leveled it. I've been using a steel sword in my primary hand this whole time. Tier 3 steel. Dagger makes a better primary weapon.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
What about the gifts? Gee.
Of course. Good fortune.
Goodbye. Enchantment?
Enchantment!
Enchantment!
Usually use defensive runes in my weapons. Yeah, I should give it a try. Master Hail, 20 physical resist. Master Dwemer, 8 spell resist. Grab Master Flame out of Oathkeeper. No one's using that. Alistair's got Expert, Paralyze, and Journeyman Lightning. Go 2 flame and physical resist. Have 9 fire damage and 20 physical resist, and we can swap these anytime. I've also got Expert Lightning, Master Flame. Now, you could have a couple you could pass out now. Absolutely, as well. That are left in my inventory. Thank you, Chi. That's what you meant. I got you. Backmead. Ogren. Although Wynn likes wine, might just be 1 wine item. There's Ogren.
By my ancestors, this is a wonderful gift.
The other gifts for Ogren are in the stash chest at Soldier's Peak. Got them, most of them. I think almost everything for him. Wynn wants, discovering Dragon's Blood. That was for Wynn.
Oh, marvelous.
A locket. Morgan. Morgan likes shiny things. I might have seen that coming. Locket.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
You have my thanks, and you switch the character. Really quick.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank
Work
you
done.
so much.
Nice. Sea Star, welcome back. Work all right today? Search for the true prophet. Also for Wynn. Wynn likes the books, genealogy, history.
Oh, marvelous.
We're good. Thanks for the sidetrack.
Indeed. Yes.
This is what I've been waiting for 3 streams. No, this is not what I've been waiting for. One of these interrupts when we're traveling will be the meteorite that falls in the Superman Easter egg, which leads to my favorite sword in the game. It just has not been happening. Oghren, new to the party. We gotta do something with his tactics real quick. It can be basic, but one thing I want to slot in is if health drops beneath 50%, don't wait for a healer. Alright, otherwise, try and put him in defender mode and then I'll add that. Health. Less than 50. Voltus. Prioritize. Save. We've stumbled into a battle of whose forces and whose forces. Redcliffe. Alright, we're close enough to Redcliffe. Let's wing this one. I think with the Redcliffe soldiers we should be able to just... Oh, and an ogre. Well, that changes things. That ogre dropped really quickly. Yes, he does. Oh, does Oghren, sorry. I was thinking of Alistair. I'm not sure if Oghren does. I haven't had a chance to level him up myself. I didn't go to look.
As you say.
AG back on PC. Almost dozed off while lying down.
It shall be done.
So be it.
Right there on his tactics screen, did he already have a taunt in there? I didn't even look. He had threaten in there. Save the deep roads. We're gonna spend quite a while in the deep roads.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesh's permission.
Open your eyes, man! This Grey Warden is on a quest to find your paragon. Do I have to take your sticking head off?
What Oghren is trying to say is that we do have permission.
Oghren Ogren could have been a Desher for House Branca. I suppose he's the next best thing in both skill and arrogance. You may pass. I'd offer more assistance, but my command post is here. All of Orzammar relies on us to hold this
the line. How far to Carrandin's Cross?
Your guess is as good as mine. No one's been there in centuries, but both Balin and Harrowmount had men looking just this week.
You know about Branca?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
If anyone could survive, it'd be her. She'd do it just to spite me.
You've been saying that for years, Ogren. Nobody survives that long.
You gonna find more than Darkspawn down there?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant
I asked that
spiders,
wrong.
deep stalkers,
Sound
and
right.
other vermin.
No dwarves?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
I should go.
Best of luck.
Cut to Kal Sharok. 1155 of the Tevinter Imperium will be known as a year of painful decisions, but we cannot waver. The threat we face is the greatest we have known. We are overrun, all trace of the ancestors' glory will be undone. Orzammar must stand, and it must stand alone. Cormac, Kal Sharok, Gundar, we have lost contact and must assume they are lost to the Horde. Must seal the weakest link in our defense, the deep roads that lead to our fallen brethren. I have ordered our finest demolitionists to place charges. I ask that each of you think of those we have lost. They served as the warning that spurred us to action, and I know the stone will embrace them. They are the foundation of our survival, and they will not be forgotten. From a proclamation by High King Threestone. 200 years! Kal Sharok lives, you stone-forsaken deep lords. There is no greater hatred than a brother at your throat. Graffiti, author unknown. Deep Roads has its own map. Pretty big. I said we'll spend a while here. We've got the tags to make it to. Tags. Carrandin's Cross is our goal. Remember how much backtracking we get the opportunity to do. There are parts of the deep roads you can get to,
Carrandin's Cross.
but only at certain times from certain other places.
Tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig.
But you know where to go from here. See any sign of Branca yet? We just got here. What a silly question. What's so important about the Orton Tig?
It's the home of Carradin, the paragon who made the anvil. He was an Orton before he founded his own house, and even then, he spent most of his time in their Tig. Branca figured it was the best guess for where the anvil was located.
Else about this anvil?
No one but Carradin ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil. But no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Branca was sure she could find out.
Any sign of her?
Not a one. But trust me, we will once we're on the path to the old Orton Tig. She was going to Carradin's home.
Great, let's go.
I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years.
Some of the dialogue trees are better about not recycling on themselves. That one was going to loop back on itself. You could ask different questions that lead back to the same questions you already asked him. BioWare has tried a lot of different things over the years. They're branching dialogue trees. Sometimes it works better than others.
It is begun. It shall be done.
Translation of this, one more time, of this plaque reads, "The darkest path is filled with sorrows. Yet I will stand the test. Stand forever, guard the path, darkness grows, yet we hold. Hold the
Well,
line."
Look what we have here. A couple of Harriman's little lackeys. Let's show him who's king.
Right. Balin will never be king. King. Oh! How did she even get the mage in the back? That's spectacular. Go team. Go Cone of Cold. Good goal. Morgan got hit hard though.
Ah, that will leave a scar. Last.
Lost.
As you say.
Why not?
Pardon?
Oh, I'd give you a roll. Why not?
A roll?
Aye, anytime. Preferably in the dark.
I suppose I should be flattered.
I'm not sure I have the equipment for that, but sure, whatever gets you working.
That was random. Did I miss a line of dialogue? Or did Oghren just start that little bit by presuming Wynn wanted a roll in the hay? All these bodies laying out here. We didn't kill them. There's a hole in the wall. I think this is a dead end. I want to check it out. Everyone loves Oghren except you, Temerian. You do like the deep roads, though. It does just start like that. Ogren's having a little fantasy in his head. He just starts thinking out loud. I'm going to set up here. If we set everyone up down here, I can pull everyone back.
There is much to do.
Might get more than half the room, and it's a pretty big room. But I still think it'll be better. Try it here. We're not getting half the room. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possibly others. There we go. Oh, Who's feeling nice and cold? Ice is nice! Yes! Oh! Oh, oh, oh! Going down, going down. Beautiful. Go team, high five. Yeah, the Deep Stalker, they kind of pop spawn on the party if I remember. A lot of just showing up suddenly. How much of the room did we pull? See, I'm going in a little further. If I get swarmed, I'm gonna run back. I think we're gonna be alright. Here's what I want to do. Let's bring the party into the room and set them up kind of over here.
Send me.
Come. Ogren is doing what Alistair was. He'll stand just outside of melee range and do nothing about it unless I specifically tell him to attack a target.
It's a trap.
Heads will roll. A caster in the back? Nope. Genlock, Genlock, Genlock. Ogren, please. Yeah, I do remember the spider parts of the Deep Roads. Not all the maps, but the big encounter. At least a couple encounters with spiders. Burn into my brain. They're nasty.
As you say.
That emissary, there's the emissary I was wondering about. Caster in the back. I'm gonna need Ogren to pull further around. So that caster doesn't just stand there flinging spells. Work, should work, should work. Everybody on the emissary. Oh! Good God. Told you that emissary is not a joke. No quarter will be given, right?
Very well.
I can think of a few better variations on that line. Still fighting. There's a rogue hiding somewhere. What are we in combat with? Oh, all the way over there. Oh, and my party's tactics aren't kicking in either. Come on, everyone. Heal each other up. Oregon and Wynn both have, there you go, tactics that should have been effect already. Lights. Read this. My dear Annika, do not worry about the assembly. Let the nobles sit together and argue over whose house owns the grandest tag. It keeps them from panicking, which they would surely do otherwise, and prevents them from making a greater nuisance of themselves. War is the business of warriors. I would say that the enemy's strategy seems to be changing, but they never appeared to have a strategy before. Beyond destroying everything in their path, for weeks their numbers appeared to be dwindling. There was talk that perhaps we were getting close to wiping them out. We could not have been more wrong, for today we came upon the body of their main force. I cannot give words to it, Annika. I have never before seen so much death in one place. There were darkspawn beyond counting, and at the heart of the throng a great beast as tall as the palace of Orzammar, with breath of fire. Paragon of darkspawn. Perhaps, for they seemed to pay it deference. They were leaving, marching toward the mine shafts which lead to the surface. But I knew when I beheld them that once they have devoured what lies above us, they will be back. From the letters of Paragon Aducan. Darkspawn horde heading for the surface.
Look there, the cunning trap.
You say ahead, you mean behind. We just got flanked. Ready, hold position. Ogren, stand your ground. Come on. Do we get the earthquake and the blizzard? There we go. Well, they're in trouble now.
So be it.
We'll just stand here and watch. Death Cloud's still burning away. I'm gonna take a little damage going to loot. Hey, yeah, John, what's happening? Welcome. Have everybody continue to hold their positions. I don't want to clear the bridge and then maybe stage some better positioning before we actually move ahead. You actually shoot my party over the bridge? No.
Yes.
They're dead. So you can see on the big map, we've actually got enemies up ahead. Can't quite see from here. There are some of them. I do with the space given, though. Get over. Oh, we can get over here. That's gonna be nice. All right, let's get Wynn over here. Oregon here. Here.
Very well.
Quite what I was thinking. Wynn go a little further. It looked like she could move further. Want them all clustered up. Like I had a much better. Could have sworn it was letting. Yeah, it lets me. I'm so confused. I thought I already had Wynn going over there. Ogren, stay. And maybe there.
I am ready.
All right, let's bring the dinner party. Only gonna get 2 little guys. You know what? They're moving too fast. Ogre in the back, but he hasn't noticed us. Gonna notice us now. Should. The ogre taking a nap. On Ogre, back this way.
It is begun.
Oh, knockdown. Ogren, Ogren, help me. Get over here. He's just headbutting me one after another. What? Where'd you come from? All right. All right. Where did those sheiks come from? Freaks? Sheiks? John, you're gonna play Phantom Pain for the first time? Any tips? Broad? I'm sure we come up with some good tips for you. Gather all the resources as you go. As soon as you can start Fultoning soldiers, Fulton everyone. Fill your base up with as many people as you can as quickly as possible. Gather as many resources as you can as quickly as possible. That may sound like a given, but just don't discriminate. Pick up everything. You're gonna want it all. Build the base up, but don't necessarily build up the... Which is the part? And I got burned during this last playthrough because I built my base too fast. We had to do that one episode. Which is it? Just the command platform? Like, don't build up the command platform too soon. It makes a particular mission a lot harder. I'll read this in a second. Sorry, munching a candy bar. Crosscut Drifters. Rogan cut a beautiful line down a minor vein today, twisting his supports along the footwall like a backbone. He's got a gift for lagging, it's almost crystalline. I swear I could tap it and hear the stones sing. Non-standard by any inspector's measure, but that's the sodding point, isn't it? Letting the stone take us where she wants, not gouging out highways so the palace can have another pantry. I suspect they will revoke our privileges at the next assembly sitting. I say good luck to them. They'll never find us to deliver the writ. They're afraid of the road we travel. We're close to a major strike. The stone, she's pulling us to something, and to the vents if I let the dwarves who deny their sense get in the way of it. From the Journal of Brunar, founding fellow, Crosscut Drifters. Well, alrighty then. Is that shriek just there the whole time? Waiting for me to go around the corner to pop up? John C-Star asked, I can't remember either. You play any of the other Metal Gear games? All of them except Phantom Pain. 3 is your favorite. Well, you're gonna do fine. So you've played Peace Walker. Peace Walker being mechanically the most similar to Phantom Pain. Building up Mother Base, acquisition of soldiers. Very similar. The resources are different. Of course, in Peace Walker, you can Fulton anyone anywhere, and in Phantom Pain, roofs matter, at least until a certain point. KJ, what's up, Mr. KJ? An early dwarven history. Orzammar history, chapter 1. Still didn't do the chapters of the Blight I meant to read the other day. We'll actually get to them one day. The memories tell us that our kingdom once reached far beneath the mountains, and that the Tigers were almost beyond counting. Kal Sharrak was the capital then, home to all the noble houses, and Orzammar was simply the home of miner and smith castes. It was with the Tevinter Imperium that things changed. Aragon Goral moved the seat of power to Orzammar to more closely oversee the trade that began with the surface. It seemed that our people were entering a new age of prosperity. The memories hold no explanations for the coming of the Darkspawn, only questions. At first, they were rumors, noises in the deep roads, a lost traveler here and there. A warrior caste sent men to patrol the road, thought the matter settled. Did not know that while we searched for them, they were engaged in a search of their own. Sleeping deep in the stone itself was the archdemon. They found him, wakened him, and the Blight began. The Darkspawn poured out of the deep roads like smoke, and the warrior caste struggled to hold them back. Countless Tigers were lost in that first Blight, but as ever in the worst moments of our need, a paragon arose. Aragon Educan led the defenses of Orzammar, and the Dark Horde was beaten back. Cost of victory, however, was great. Much of the deep roads were sealed to hold back the Darkspawn, cutting off Tigers, and even whole cities forever. is the same CrossFit Drifters I was just reading a couple minutes ago. It's been appended. When the codex entries are not individual entries, but ones which get appended, they're a little harder to follow. Some of them especially because they don't always fill in order. But this one I was just reading. I'm going to continue it. We can no longer tolerate your flagrant disregard of this assembly and published excavation doctrine. The actions of your team have potentially compromised 2 future projects, resulting in an expensive redesign of the deep roads. Fortunately, development of the largest shaft will continue, or you would have faced additional fines. Claims that the stone is directing your actions suggest that not only are you ignorant of pre-planning procedure, you and your group may also be in the early stages of lyrium poisoning. You are in breach of Orzammar Mining Code and hereby forfeit all claims made during your unapproved activities. The Assembly expects your response within 30 days, or your house, as well as those of your team, will face additional censure. Notice of Assembly censure. Here's your response. Take a long breath from a short shaft. Nope. Oh, this is... alright. Did we, let me check the map here. Did I miss a chance? You cannot travel at this time. Did I miss a chance to go to that tag by not going there first? When we first went into the deep roads and saw the map, I was looking at that tag. When I thought about going there first, it was available, and instead I headed towards Caridin's Cross. Bring a message here. Just getting a message from Jim. Jim, if you're out there, hang in there, man. You notice we haven't seen Jim in a little while. Haven't seen Fairness in a bit. Also got some family stuff going on. And that's got to take priority. Anyways, it was good to get a message from you, Jim. I hope we get to see you soon. Hang in there. Pronto!
You say?
Is which this says deep roads, but it's deep roads to where? If we hit, I need to try and get a refresher on how the deep roads works. We came in this way. There's a edge of the map here, which what just brings up the travel map. Okay, it does. When I go that way, we get the option of heading towards this tag. That's not our only option. We can go this way and uncover this part of the map and see what all is here. There may be a bunch of stuff here. Guess I could just bring up a map of the deep roads. And I'm certainly open to reminders and suggestions about what is where. There dead end way down there. Is one of these paths breaks off to the side. There are a lot of places in the deep roads you can go that you don't have to go after deep stalkers. We're gonna explore, so we're definitely gonna find a lot of that. But I don't have it mapped out in my head, and I don't have a map up in front of me, and I am not chasing those fools. They can chase us. Get bent. You guys come to us. I am not chasing you. So any thoughts on where to go? Broke off combat. Do I want to head towards the Eduken Taig? Eduken. I think it's Eduken. I keep saying that wrong. Eduken. Straight retreat. Sing praises to the stone, may her arms be ever open to us. Yep, I'm in Caridin's Cross. Head towards the Taig. Head towards the Taig. I think we've got Deep Stalkers if we head off this way. Darkspawn up ahead. We'll have to use the southern exit to get to the Orten Taig. So we want to maybe backtrack to the Eduken. Could go there now and then come back this way.
It is begun.
Well, you said head towards the Taig. When you said that, KG, were you not thinking of the one that was on the map, the Eduken Taig? You can see where they've demolitions have closed off lots of the paths through the deep roads. That early blight. You were thinking of the Orten Taig. Well, let's go exploring here since I can't remember what's what. Gonna find out. See how well I line these up. If they have to come all the way around the corner, ideally they do. Nope, see how they spotted Oghren and they're not coming around the corner? Oghren right over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll reposition. Morgan's gonna miss this guy. Maybe I should just wait on that. Maybe I should wait on that. Something else. Let's have Morgan freeze the guy in front.
Very well.
Here we go. Better time for a Cone of Cold would be when the rest of them are charging through. Beautiful. Morgan, good job. Good job. Good job. Excellent. Emissary got chain lightning off. Anybody gonna join me here? Yo, BD Gray, what's up, man? Pretty much decided on your PC build? Sweet. I saw that the other day. I mean, we're asking. Did you change much? Did you change much? Because it looked pretty good already.
It is begun. I shall do it.
Another battle, I see.
Enchantment! Acero, what's up? How you been? Pokemon, what's going on? Acero TV, another excellent streamer. Give him a follow. Give him a follow. What are you up to, Acero? We got a streamer command for Acero 2, por favor. I am a rogue who still does not have stealth. I don't use it when I have it much. The idea would be scouting. I would turn on stealth and go scout ahead like I'm doing, but without getting spotted. Whirlwind, I've kind of been waiting for that. Let's grab Whirlwind, and I will eventually pick up Stealth. I've wanted Whirlwind for a while. Phantom. Whirlwind.
I see.
Tips for accessories? What do you mean? BD Gray, what do you mean? Tips for accessories? What kind of
It shall be done.
accessories or tips are we talking about?
As you say.
All right. A lot of these setups at corners, when I'm going to pull as much of a room as possible, they're going to be really similar. And it's for a good reason. We want casters not to be struck, of course. Giving Morrigan a spot where she can freeze enemies as they're pathing into our trap. Really going to help. Oghren out of line of sight so that they don't get lazy and just start shooting arrows. Having Morrigan here may not work anyways. But that same basic setup, which I just completely did wrong. Wrong people. People in all the wrong places. Wind needs to be over here. This is gonna pull. Monitor, mouse, keyboard, speakers. Keyboard's and mouse, very, very personal thing. I haven't had a gaming mouse in years. I haven't had a fancy keyboard in years. Looking for, start with something basic, or you're trying to get mechanical keyboard, high travel, certain feel. It's very, you should bang on a bunch of keyboards. I don't know if you have a place near you that might have some mechanical keyboards that you could try. But if you're not familiar with them, you probably shouldn't spend that much on one without knowing whether you're gonna want it.
Very well.
Alpha.
I shall do it. It shall be done.
Did you like mechanical? Has to suit your complexion. Yeah, I don't have any proper advice there. I haven't used any good keyboards or mice in a long time. Heads will roll. Archers, at least a few of those are archers. They're gonna stop right there. Ogre and I need to pull back. It's long enough to bring the archers in. We can head back in and fight them.
On it.
Darth, what's going on, Darth? How you been? What I've got for speakers is a 2.1 set also. Finally found their caster. Everybody get in here. Everybody get in here. On the caster now. I'm going down. Sure enough.
I shall do so.
Mess this emissary up. Whirlwind is an area melee. Just using what I've got because we're standing here. Emissary's being tough though. He's healing, using Drain Life as another heal. Laid it all on. Darth finally completed Dark Souls yesterday. Wow, FromSoft are a bunch of sadists. Dark Souls 3. Cool, man. What'd you think? How'd you do at the end? I was really cracked by the end of that game. I loved so much of it, but I was in a poor state going into that last fight. I remember just getting really, really frustrated with it. Then everybody else was showing up going, man, that last fight was the best. I don't remember it being the best. Nameless King back, please. Darth, did you take a crack at the Nameless King? How did that go? Bag of limbs. The limbs of some demonic creature is in this sack. Asunder. I was about to say I don't remember what this is for. Asunder. Now I remember what this is for. The ritual was very specific, as such things probably should be. Torso, head, and limbs spread amongst the deep roads to prevent the creature from returning. Looks like they died during the cutting. We can fulfill the last part in their stead. I'm not familiar with elven ritual. Why would I be? But it seems pretty straightforward. Paper Axis. Scribbled in the corner, never even saw the thing. Bet a sword would take care of it. Sod it, and this bag of legs. Oh, Gwent. You said you were talking about Gwyn, but I saw Gwyn and read Gwent, which made me remember. If you're interested in the Gwent game that's coming up, it's not the full beta, it's the deck builder, right? I got an email about it yesterday. The deck builder is open. If you want to go build a deck, look at the cards. At least the cards before any final changes fall into place in the next month or two. Free. It's going to be available to everyone. You can sign up for the beta, but it's like I think everyone's getting in. It's all going to be open. It'd be pretty cool. Game is suddenly chugging a little bit too. I might reload the game during the next break. Unless it stops chugging. Had a few crashes over the past, about one per stream. About one crash every 6 to 10 hours. Memory leak. Probably memory leak. Get Ogren out of the way. Oh shit! Look at where Morrigan and Wynn went to, and they're casting in the back. Well, that was an utter failure. At least at the moment, most of the attention was over here. Morrigan might still get the emissary. It could still prove helpful, but it seems like a big failure at the moment. Wynn, get out of the way.
It is begun.
Deep Stalkers ahead. They will spawn around you, behind you, in front of you. They will spawn all over. They're a right mess.
Ogren wins again.
So be it.
Not sure Ogren had a wound. He might have just had a buff that looked like one. That everybody's copying Hearthstone, even Bethesda. It's nice that CD Projekt Red made their own card game from scratch. Damn, Skippy. Isn't that the truth, Darth? Not just made their own, they made a good one. Really well thought out. And I've never played deck building card games until Gwent. Kind of avoided them. I really didn't like the idea of being at a substantial disadvantage because he didn't have the right cards. You know, the whole idea of a deck building card game, it's not just strategy. You invest in it over time. You have to invest in your deck, or decks. And while that basic frustration is still in place, it sure is fun once you get into it. You do have to build a deck. There's no question about it. Like going into battle with the wrong weapons and armor. You could understand all the mechanics of a game, but you go in with no protection and no ability to do damage, of course you're gonna fail. I guess it's not really that different in a card game. lots of games have had card games. I mean, we had Pazak and Knights of the Old Republic and hear noises on the other side. Sudden, everybody just warped to me. Make a couple hard saves as we go through the deep roads. Let me do this without too much grief. I'm gonna order a pizza in advance of the next break, and then I'll break when the pizza gets here. I'm getting hungry. There's no hero card limit. Have you heard anything, Darth, about rule sets maybe changing for the Gwent game that we're getting? Standalone Gwent game? Alright. Pepperoni, double mushrooms, double banana peppers. Grumble, grumble. Hold on it once. Point of saving everything into your account if you have to go get it manually. Sorry for this. I need to get this ordered ahead of time. Almost done, but it's asking me for something I didn't think I needed. Charlie Quinn, what's going on? You heard that if you self-enforce a 5-hero card limit, the game is very well balanced. Self-enforce, meaning just redraw if you get too many hero cards in an initial draw. It can still... I don't know how well that would work, though. Self-enforcement? Alright, thank you. Thank you for allowing me that. It'll make my next break much better. I will have food, hot food to eat. Game is stuttering for some reason. Let's actually do a quick reload right now. Curious if we can catch it doing something weird. I mean, I'm sure the process is already itself. Oh well. Charlie Quinn, I think everyone's getting in on the beta. I think the way CDPR works, they are going to make it available to everyone. The email that went out yesterday linked to some frequently asked questions about that, and it sounded like once it's open, people who participate in the beta will be encouraged to share screenshots, videos, live stream it, talk about it, offer suggestions. It's going to be really open, and the game is going to be free. I don't see any reason why CDPR shouldn't just make the beta available to anyone who signs up. Kind of like a public preview. I think that's what they're doing. I hope that's what they're doing. We're going to get jumped in lots of places in the deep roads, and I can't remember which or which. So I'm going to spread my party out while I'm running around this room in case we get jumped or a bunch of casters show up and... The standalone Gwent game is going to have cross-platform play, at least between Xbox and Windows. Don't know if
It is begun.
they have any real way to implement that across other platforms. And you probably saw what was going on with Rocket League, where the cross-platform play is in place. And at this point, Sony seems to be the holdout. All they have to do is something arguably small on their end to get things moving. Dead Pass, what's going on? Yeah, Gwent game is going to be free. As I understand it, it's not, you're not going to have to buy the Gwent game. Nevi, that doesn't sound cross-platform to you. You're right. That is not cross-platform. That is Windows. That is Microsoft in-house. The game can support cross-platform, but it has to be... That's why I brought up Rocket League. Rocket League's an example of a game that does have cross-platform play, and it just has not been implemented across the two big competing console platforms. But there's no technical... There's nothing technical in the game preventing it. The developers in place, and it sounds like even Microsoft has their side of that in place. And I'm sure CDPR is not the one currently limiting the cross-platform play in Gwent to Windows and Xbox. I'd even go so far as to say I doubt they would take any kind of payoff to make anything exclusive or restricted. CDPR just seems to have way too much class for that kind of stuff. What's up, Punked? Will Gwent Online be the last we see of The Witcher from CDPR? Well, they've said enough to suggest that it will be the end, but
it shall be done.
Things change. I don't think we're going to see any more Witcher from them, just like they said. What would it take to change that? I don't think they're going to be motivated by the simple desire to make and sell many copies of another game. I don't think they would make another Witcher game unless they thought they could make a really good one. And what would that be? What would that be? There are reasons they called it finished. Again, without remembering what's in these rooms, I'm going to try and stagger the party if I move in to explore the room. So if and when we get jumped, we at least won't all be standing in the same place. And if and when we get jumped by mages and someone casts a big area spell, hopefully we won't get ruined by it in one quick shot. Whirlwind. I've been waiting to use Whirlwind properly. Let's get everybody on attack, and Whirlwind! Look at that, I think I just hit 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them in one shot, and then a sweep, which was not aimed very well. I now have 2 high damage area melee attacks. plus some good single target ones. Lots of critical damage. Very good critical chance if I'm behind an enemy, physically behind them. I don't know if I'm missing stuff in chat, but in terms of what you signed up for, what platform, I don't know if it's really going to matter. It sounds like they're going to be really open about this beta. In fact, you'll be able to sign up for and play however you want, wherever you want, once it's available. Even in the beta. Didn't it say something in the email? Does anyone have it handy about even the beta is going to be available on the consoles? Beta's not just for PC. It'll probably be easier for them to just make it available in the store.
Breath from here.
They really want everyone to try it. Experiment.
On it.
You didn't get the email. Okay. Well, the beta's not open yet. The email going out still didn't say welcome to the beta. It was just a bunch of information about it and a link to the deck builder, but you don't need to log in or sign up for that. The link to the deck builder is completely open to everyone. Exactly, Charlie Quinn. They've got the it's up on their website. You can go check it out right now. And it looks like people are saving the decks that they've already made, so you can look at what other people have put together. Oh, I remember this room. Ah, I remember this room. Specifically this room. Let's ruin these guys. Let's ruin them all. Why does the blizzard fail so often?
Very well.
I set up the initial pair of spells and Morgan seems to fail way too often. Wind's going down. Morgan doesn't have revive yet. That's bad. Win is stunned. Unless I abort the death cloud, and even if, I'm not sure I can salvage this. Let's try and keep Win up. Win's got the only revive right now.
Yes.
Fuck. Alright. Well, this just fell apart. The blizzard never landed. I aborted the death cloud, although it does look like it might have completed anyways. Let's get the blizzard in there. Not good. We've had pretty good control of the last series of fights. A lot of fights today. Not this one, not now. Yo, Mike, what's going on? The kid is here. Oh, shit. Morgan's on fire. I have failed to defend her. She's down. That damn emissary. Man, my opening attack just fell apart, and there goes the fight. Ogren's down. We're gonna have our first party wipe of the day. I don't even think I saved walking into this room. I was getting all kinds of cocky.
Very well.
Okay, emissary's down. Let me actually run into the hall. Let me just drag these archers and whoever's left. Might have been the only caster. Party wipe averted. Oh, frack me. Party wipe not averted. Another MS. I'm dead right now. You don't see it yet, but I'm dead. Crushing prison. I'm gonna stand here taking hits for how long? I'd say 6 to 8 seconds. You think I'm gonna live 6 to 8 seconds? I don't. Ready for a poultice. Spamming poultice. Dead. Party wipe. Probably couldn't have done much anyways to get close to that emissary of getting smoked. Wait, I did save. I did save in here. Excellent.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Let's try this again. Here's what didn't happen. Ogren I told to go over here, and he didn't. He just sort of stopped in the middle where he was. Morgan, I asked to cast a blizzard, and the blizzard just, I don't know, it didn't happen. Wynn did get her earthquake out, it just didn't do nearly as much as I wanted. Now. Casting, don't see any sign of it here yet. And Ogren's on the move. Casting. So what happened here? Did we get any spells off? It doesn't look like Morgan got the blizzard off, and she seems to have stopped casting. Why? Why? I'm gonna try and get ahead of the pack. It's not gonna hit the emissary, but these guys are rushing. I mean, they are rushing. Maybe I should even move that a little further ahead. Put it somewhere like here. Maybe I didn't have a good ground target. Look at the difference there. Maybe I didn't have a good target. Stop, ready to roll, baby. How you doing? I think I caught a bunch of them in the blizzard this time, and even the emissary might have walked up into it. That's good. Glyph of paralysis. Let's drop one. They're about to walk into it. Ogren also did not move up this time like he was going to. Blizzard is upon them. Excellent. Now let's drop that death cloud. I probably didn't have the ground targeted that first time. I only thought I did. Do not take my caster down. Morgan just got wiped out. I don't know if she got put in a crushing prison or what. Let's get her back up immediately. Immediately. These emissaries that are ruining things. Curse of mortality. Two of them. Shoot.
Yes.
Switching targets. Let's gang up on one of these, take him down. Hopefully in the next few seconds. Missed him. Flying down. Emissary down. Emissary down. Everybody on the other emissary. Pronto. And he's down. A strange question. Ready to roll? What are you doing smelling like a hospital? I think that should be our question for you, not your question for us.
It shall be done. As you say. Very well. It shall be done. It is begun. I shall do it. It is begun. I see.
Kinda ended up there a while ago with that show, Mike. So I want to go back and give it another shot. I think I'm a little too far disconnected, though, from what's going on in the show to try and be reasonably critical of it or talk about why I got bored with it. I don't know. I think it had a lot to do with feeling like characters were out of character. Feeling like the same sort of things that would normally happen in any kind of horror apocalyptic drama where people would necessarily make really bad decisions to facilitate the story. But there's just, I mean, there have been moments in that show for many seasons which made me just want to rip my hair out in frustration. Without, like, could I go back a few seasons and then not call it a spoiler? Was it Andrea in the chair? Which season was that? End of 2 or end of season 3? Yeah, I was nearly done with the show there. Like, you just don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't make me sit here and watch somebody fail to use any part of their brain and then have that determine the course of the entire plot. I don't know. Unjustifiable actions by characters in the show that then determine the course of the show. And it makes it really hard to live with some of those things and situations. And Mike, some of that you have to put up with, right? When you've got people in situations where they're nearly doomed, but they have a chance at survival if they did everything right, you know, the tension would be reduced. Sometimes it feels kind of artificial when people lack all common sense. kind of remembered that just a bit. I'm going to sacrifice Alyssa. I might be able to get her out, but I'm going to sacrifice Alyssa to drop cloud spells in here. But he's running right towards her anyways. This should be nice. She's going to serve as a auto taunt. Are they actually trying to get away? I thought they were all going for Alyssa. That's what the whirlwind is for. Swarms of deep stalkers. High five! Go team!
I shall do it. It shall be done.
Stone. Okay, so what did we do all this for? We've got dead ends, we've got some loot out of this. What about over here in this corner? Is there another part of this I haven't visited? On our way back out, let's look for that. I'm waiting for my pizza to take the break. When the doorbell rings, I'm going to take the break. It's break time now. Waiting on that pie. This over here. Maps are okay, but I need to catch up on Better Call Saul. Oh, this room. We fought this room, but we didn't go out the other side. Perfect. Did we? Dead end back here too? No. We didn't. So this connects back to where we were, or is there a wall? Yeah. This dead ends. That's where the sack of body parts was. Okay, good. Back out. So, what would we call the purpose of coming to the Aeducan Tide? Would it be to get those body parts? Would that be the main purpose of this? Loot and that one unique item? We didn't advance the Paragon of Her Kind story in here.
It is begun.
I think this section was completely optional, unless you wanted to do that. You could use a pot pie, huh? Main purpose is the body parts. I'm super hungry. I didn't have breakfast. I have a hard time getting my appetite jump-started in the mornings. No, I'm not the only one. I usually get, on Saturdays and Tuesdays when I stream early, I get really hungry just an hour or two after I start streaming, but it is so hard for me to eat before. Usually don't. Not quite yet. Closed off. That was dead end. Yep. So we're going back to Caridin's Cross, and then we're gonna head out the south way, which we were talking about an hour or so ago. KG, never eat breakfast? Never? Never, ever? Do you ever eat breakfast foods for dinner? I love doing that. I mean, I don't do it a lot, but I love bacon and eggs and hash browns and sausage. Not so much pancakes or waffles for dinner. But eggs and bacon. I could do that for dinner just about any day. Yeah, I should do it more. How far through? We'll probably finish the main game today. Or do you mean how far through the deep roads? We're not very far through the deep roads yet. Already gone off that way, haven't we? This should be where we need to go now. Bacon and eggs for dinner for days. Well, that doesn't look like a trap. One lowly deep stalker and he goes running off. Let's all chase him! Doorbell. Okay, I know the timing's not great there. It's break time. I'll see you all in 10 minutes. Cheers.